Hey guys, Ned Tal here, bringing you Xbox One. We're bringing you some Borderlands 2 actually gameplay, but I'm going to be talking about the Xbox One versus the PlayStation 4 and my decision and the best console in general to pick. Now, I have a specs list right now. I'm gonna read it to you. The PlayStation 4 looks like it has generally better. It generally looks like it has better a better, interface, and it looks like it's got like better hardware. So, for example, the Xbox One runs on gigahertz. So, the Xbox One has 1.6 gigahertz, and but the PlayStation has 2 gigahertz, which is noticeably faster. But they both run on AMD Jaguars. They both have the same cache for 2 by 2 megabytes. However, the GPU cores, the PlayStation cores 1152, the Xbox One has 768. And as you can see, the peak shader throughput, so the tetraflops per the operations it can make is 1.3 tetraflops. However, the PlayStation runs 1.84 tetraflops. Now, the thing is, the PlayStation 4 doesn't have two key things. The Xbox One has 32 gigs of ES RAM, only for specifically for its GPU, graphic processing unit, and it has 102 gigabytes per second of bandwidth. But the PlayStation 4 has actually, I think, nothing. However, the GPU, the graphical processing unit, is actually a little bit better. However, the core processing unit is better for the Xbox One a little bit. As you can see, the system memory, so like 8, they both have 8 gigs of RAM. However, the PS3 runs on a 5500 megahertz of it's a GDD4R5 system memory. However, the Xbox One runs on 8 gig 2113 megahertz of DD43R3. The thing is, this is, you might think, oh, that's a big difference. That 3000 is huge. Well, eight currently the Xbox 360 and PS3 the same. They both have 512 gigabytes of data of RAM. The PS3 has actually 516, but the 4 megabytes doesn't really make a difference. They both run on a GDD4R3, and but that's about 16 times better for the RAM, and that's extremely good. And they now run on 256 bits instead of 128 bits like before. However, this is where it really gets good. The Xbox One has 68.3 gigabytes per second of memory bandwidth, system memory bandwidth. The Xbox 360 is 22.4 gigabytes per second, a little bit of a jump. The PlayStation 4 has 180 gigabytes per second. This is huge. The PS4 is essentially a mini supercomputer. The Xbox looks like it's the same thing. However, if we get out of hardware, in hardware you can kind of see the PS4 is kind of winning, but this is where the Xbox actually catches up. If I look at this thing, it seems that the Xbox Live, the it's gonna still cost you. There's gonna be a membership, and that kind of sucks. But the thing is, you can share one gold membership for across about two to five consoles. They're gonna change that spec later, and they're gonna tell you. And 2 to 5 consoles, and shared between all your users, so you do not have to buy different. So just one membership for all your users for all your consoles. $60 a month for, let's say you buy 2 consoles. That's good. That's really good actually. However, the PS3 4 is gonna be free as before, and Xbox Xbox 360. They how about we minus it by 350 now? It's like you're brilliant, Jim. You're brilliant. that now you're the Xbox One. Apparently, the Xbox One means all in one. However, people who were saying Xbox infinite possibilities, now Xbox One. Kind of a bum bum boom wow moment. It's not that good actually. So, as I was saying, Xbox Live generally is better, but that annual membership is kind of a bummer, you know. That's what I'm kind of worried about because the Xbox let's compare Xbox 360 versus PS3 because they will actually be pretty similar. Xbox 360 can run music while you're playing video games. So you could be listening to hell, I don't know, freaking Bad to the Bone while you're playing some Battlefield and blowing up a bunch of people. And then you could be playing Skrillex while you're playing some MW3 Chaos. Kind of makes sense. However, on PS3 it doesn't have that. Now, what should you choose? I would choose the one that generally has not better hardware, but better software. And like not software like games, but first of all, Watch Dogs is coming out, correct? So the thing is, you do not want to. Okay, let me explain why we're talking about ported games. So in general, the Xbox games are ported from the games on PS3 are generally ported, or they're made separately for them. So generally, the Xbox games are ported onto the PS3, and therefore they're a bit less better. The reason why they're ported from the Xbox One is because they will be ported is because the Xbox One actually uses Windows and so will the PC. So instead of making it for the PS4 and then porting it onto two, why not make it for one system that's generally the same, PC and Xbox One, and then port it for another instead of making one and then porting it onto two? Makes more sense for game developers. So it depends on how much you're gonna pay. If you want to pay for the best service, the best of the best, I would go generally with Xbox One, but it comes at a cost, you know. It comes at that annual fee, and I'm not gonna buy two Xbox Ones. I would then otherwise I would buy an Xbox Two or something like that. And there's rumors going around that apparently there's the Xbox One coming out, but when is the Xbox 720 coming out? I'm kind of pissed off at those people because Xbox One is coming out. Why the hell do you want a 720? It's just too early. There's no time for it. No time for it. So, the specs, we already went over that. What you should generally buy, went over that. But I might go with the Xbox One, and it seems like every console fanboy is switching. PS4s are switching, PS3s are switching to Xbox Ones, and X360s are going to PS4. The reason why? Their key features. The Xbox One has that better online play. However, the PS3 has better online play because it's free. I would stick with the console you have right now. You're gonna regret it. You're gonna say, "Oh, I wish I stayed with my Xbox because it's good." And I actually do not like how they're making a bunch of new crap because you're gonna say, "Oh my God, I should have got the PS4 or I should have got the Xbox One." I generally know that Sony usually feels proud in the beginning about what they made, and then Xbox One just crushes them with some feature they overlooked. Like, oh, we're gonna bring in. Okay, let's say what happened with Xbox. Okay, we're gonna bring in cross game chat. Sony was overlooked that and said, oh, okay, who gives a crap? Cross game chat probably made them about 500,000 sales over PS3. And for example, the Wii original, they made a huge mistake when they thought gamers didn't need their HD gaming. They do need HD gaming, and that's why they brought the Wii U. The Wii U is freaking bad, Do not buy the Wii U. It is bad. Just don't buy it. You're better off buying the Xbox One than buying. I'm not saying Xbox bad is bad, but you're better off buying a PS3 than buying a Wii U, because they're comparing the Wii U to the PS3 and Xbox 1020. It won't be able to run like Grand Theft Auto 5. Just trust me. So what I would do if I were you, if you just really don't care, if you can afford it, buy an Xbox One. You will not regret this that ported thing and the online play. But if you kind of have a less budget, maybe you're a bit poorer, you might want to get a PS3, because in general they do not pull crap like DRM, and they don't pull crap like oh no used games. And currently you do not have to have a used game. Now it looks like I'm coming to the end. Thanks guys.